All right, so this is groundbreaking stuff when it comes to how students and jobs and hirers are finding each other.
You want to?
Oh, you want me to do the pitch? I'll do it.
Come on up. Cool. All right. Thanks. Good evening. I'm really excited to be here because I've been actually in the audience multiple times, but I've never made it to the stage. So I'm really, really happy to be here tonight, presenting my company after multiple years of being out there, now to be here. So thank you. So Jobspeaker. Jobspeaker is bridging the gap between education and employment. We are essentially solving a problem in the marketplace today where educators are being forced to provide education that matches the needs of the workforce. Education for jobs. And that's a problem for students because they have that expectation, and for career services because they need to provide that service, and for employers. So we are an online collaboration platform that solves that problem by bringing everybody into one space to provide the result of better jobs for the students, better overall management for career services, and better reporting for career services, and ultimately better employees for the employers. Why is that important? Because the market for education is changing, and there's more demands on education providers to meet the market demands for jobs as students graduate. And it's actually being enforced by government and accreditation agencies. Let's get into the demo. So we're logged in as an employer here, and employers need candidates that match their skill set. So we're just going to search for a skill. In this case, we'll search for QuickBooks because we're looking to fill a financial analyst position. We see result set, hopefully, yep. Result set that shows 3, 6, 7 results. I save that candidate, add it to my candidates. I go to my candidates. I can take a look at the profile, who, what, when, where, how of that candidate that the employer or the recruiter can review in very, very quickly and see whether or not that candidate matches what that job requires. And then they can say, send this job to that candidate. So it's a direct interaction, again, a collaboration platform between the employer and the student directly. Go to jobs. So in the job interface, standard interface for creating a job. The only thing we do different here is add the skill set directly. The employer adds the skill set that they're looking for. The rest of the process is sharing that job with the cohort, whether it be that a single student you want to share it with, a specific program within a specific university, all universities within our platform, or specific programs across multiple universities. Okay. We're going to log in now as a counselor. You can see the counselor interface. So we've built basically Jobspeaker was built for counselors because they're the ones that have to do a lot more work now than they have ever had to do in the past. And so we've built a full end-to-end platform to help career services manage their department day to day. And so when they first log into the platform, they can see a dashboard that's customized based on the metrics that they want to manage day to day, whether it be placement rates, whether it be internships, whatever it is that they need to manage day to day. We customize that for the school. So they can see what it is, what's happening in their school for graduating students. Let's skip. We've seen jobs. The interface for jobs is very similar as for employers. Let's skip on to students. They can log in, see a student's job search in progress, and see what they've been doing in a job search over the last week, month, several months. And they get a little mini report on that student's activity so they can quickly focus on the students that need more help. And that's particularly for for-profit colleges, that's what the game is all about these days, because career services have to be on top of what's happening for their graduating students. And so here you can see that this student is doing very well. They've landed a job, and you can see the work they put into actually landing that job. Moving on to uVerify. So uVerify is our fully end-to-end electronic process of workflow system for collecting the data around placement. And that's what government is enforcing lots of colleges to do now. Prove that that student landed that job at that employer. Skipping on to student really quickly. Student job search, they search on our platform for jobs. The jobs that are presented to them are specific to their profile. So all the skills combined help us sort out which jobs to put in front of that student. We put all those jobs in one place. You can see here there's a list of jobs that the student has saved to their profile. And we manage everything around that job search, all the jobs, all the resumes, cover letters, notes, contacts, everything in one place so ultimately the candidate can run an efficient and effective job search. Switch to mobile app. So it's also a mobile app platform. So especially for the student, we've built a mobile app that allows the student to search for jobs on their phone. Very Tinder-like app interface. Swipe left for don't like, swipe right for like. The jobs are added to the My Jobs list that you can also see on your desktop. You go to a particular job that has Apply Now on it. So any job that's on our platform, you can click one button and it allows you to apply directly from the phone. That's us, Jobspeaker, online collaboration platform for education.
Thank you, guys. Questions?
Do you have anything for students applying to schools to audit that school's success rate of job placement?
Not yet. We focus on the graduating student, not the entering student, but it's a hard problem to solve as well. Or it's a good problem to solve, should I say.
Anyone?
To your left.
How do you address the long tail, the non-traditional jobs searcher, the liberal arts grad?
So at the moment, we're focusing on the more technical and career-focused education, vocational schools. So liberal arts, yeah, I'm not sure we have a solution for that yet, to be honest. Although I do think liberal arts colleges still need to exist. There's a huge move towards, education for jobs only, which I think it's gone too far in one direction and needs to come back to the center a bit. But for liberal arts, if a student of liberal arts has a particular focus and a particular need, and they can sort of describe that in skills that they can add to their profile, then we'll do our best to match you to those jobs. Does that help?
Yeah, it was an impossible question.
Thanks.
Hi. So what's your monetization? Is it from the colleges or the students?
So where are you? In the back. Okay. Revenue comes from both the colleges and the employers, not from the students. For the students, it's always going to be free. Most of the revenue will actually come from employers, though.
How's your adoption rate so far? Like, where are your pain points? Like, what's been easy get for you? How's that?
Sorry, what's an easy get?
Yeah,
There are no easy gets.
I know, but I
This
thought I'd
market.
ask.
We're in our first college down in San Jose, small technical college. We are in multiple pilots ranging in size from 1,000 to 60,000 students. So 5 pilots altogether. And yeah, that's where we're at.
How do you deal with students that find jobs through alternate means? Like, how do you track them?
How do we, if they're introduced to us from the school, if they're using our platform at all, we'll be interacting with them regardless of where they find the job. So if they find jobs obviously through our platform, that's great, then we can track them relatively easily. If they find jobs somewhere else, we have a bookmarklet that enables them to save that job to our profile as well, so all jobs in one place. If ultimately they find a job somewhere else, we still have an interaction with them via the mobile app or via email, where we can send an email directly to them to ask them to essentially complete our electronic placement activity. So we can still gather that data regardless of where they find the job.
Anybody else with a question for Jarlath?
Nobody?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
How are schools doing this job today?
Not very well. So it's a pretty painful process. At minimum, we expect at least a 20% increase in efficiency in career service offices today. Career service offices spend up to 50% just managing the data. So they're essentially data pushers right now. They're not actually getting in front of students much at all. And that's where our platform helps.
Are you finding resistance to the platform just because of legacy stuff or just old school thinking in some of these institutions?
Very much so. But that, because of government regulation that's forcing on the for-profit institutions, that's forcing the change within for-profit institutions. It's sort of happening, or it is definitely happening on the public side as well, where the funding now is coming with slightly different, ties, right? So now they're being forced to provide programs that actually prove that the jobs are happening afterwards. So it's happening slowly, but it is happening for public institutions as well.
Are you finding greater adoption in certain areas that you can point to that are like, well, these guys get it versus others that don't?
For-profit institutions get it immediately. And the schools that have a lot of the same type of education, like the technical and career schools that have a lot of students that are graduating through those programs, they get it as well.
Got it. Okay, 8 more seconds. Anybody for a quick one? Yes. Are you tracking job performance or retention afterwards?
So that's one of the differences of our platform is we are a lifelong platform for the student. And also one of the requirements from government and accreditation agencies is to report on students' job placement activity 2, 3, 4, 5 years hence. And so we are looking to engage with that student long term. And so the answer to your question is yes.
All right. Jobspeaker, everybody. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jarlath. Thank you, Yusuf.